Yes! We have an opportunity to experience the strength and determination of our community together. Thank you all for coming. Let's enjoy this day together as we protest peacefully. Yes. Yeah. Finally, I'd like to introduce to you one of our great protest planners, Marley Adams. Marley? Is Marley here? Marley, where are you?
On stage.
I'm here.
She's on stage.
Greetings, Humboldt County! My name is Marley Nelson, and I'm on protest planning team for Humboldt Democracy Connections. Thank you so much to the We the People Jesters crew and the Humboldt Fire Brigade for opening this rally. Humboldt Democracy Connections is so thrilled to see each and every one of you here exercising your First Amendment right today. Today is Flag Day, which is meant to honor the United States adopting the American flag design that we know today. It is also the U.S. Army's 250th birthday. Instead of honoring Flag Day or the many American soldiers that have sacrificed so much for this country, Donald Trump is throwing himself a self-aggrandizing, militarized birthday parade. And it is costing us taxpayers $100 million. Republicans have the audacity to claim that there is no money for SNAP, Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, or really any other important social services, yet they allocate millions to this chauvinistic display of power. He's using our tax dollars to pay for his party. The Army's birthday isn't about parades or pageantry. It marks the beginning of America's rejection of kings. On June 14th, 1775, the Continental Congress created the U.S. Army to stand up against a monarch who claimed absolute power. 250 years later, Trump wants to twist that legacy into a personal celebration of himself. Today in Humboldt County and across the nation, we assert, no kings in America. Power to the people. Yes, thank you. So I'd like to remind folks of a few HDC and No Kings principles before we continue the rally. This is a nonviolent event. We are firmly committed to practicing de-escalation techniques. There are trained safety marshals here at the rally and at the march. They will be wearing bright green vests. If there is a concern, please report it to a safety marshal and/or an organizer like myself. We know it can be tempting to want to engage with counter-protesters, but please refrain from doing so. There are also trained legal observers here from the Humboldt County National Lawyers Guild chapter. At 2 p.m., after the courthouse protest, Veterans for Peace is offering group escorts back to your cars. Please meet them at the courthouse steps at 2 p.m. if you'd like to take advantage of this wonderful offer. They also have an event today from 2 to 5 p.m. celebrating the 10-year anniversary of the Humboldt Bay Golden Rule Peace Boat. Please check it out. Thank you to all who are working to keep us safe today. HDC would also like to share an important safety resource. The Trump administration has shown us that they are willing to detain people who have done nothing wrong. We would like to share the Civil Liberties Defense Center's contact information. They can help us obtain pro bono arrest support if it is needed. If you have a pen handy, please consider writing this down somewhere on your body. I will repeat this number multiple times. It is 5, 4, 1, 6, 8, 7, 9, 1, 8, 0. Again, that number for the Civil Liberties Defense Center is 5, 4, 1, 6, 8, 7, 9, 1, 8, 0. If you are detained, the only words that should leave your mouth are, "I want a lawyer." Even when you have done nothing wrong, I want a lawyer. So, folks, if you are detained, what do you say?
I want a lawyer!
Hell yeah! Okay. And if you need an interpreter, you also have the right to ask for one. We are not sharing this to scare you folks. We are sharing because it is a simple harm reduction technique that will only serve to protect you. Moving on. We have an awesome lineup of speakers, and we have different organizations tabling. Please check them out. We also have a very exciting performance lined up. Thank you to our organizers, speakers, musicians, and performers for working tirelessly to put this together. Thank you all for being here, despite the fear-inciting tactics that Trump has been inflicting upon his own citizens. I'd also like to take a moment to encourage you all to look around and acknowledge silently, who is here today? Who isn't? There were multiple organizers and speakers that declined to attend this rally today out of fear for their own personal safety and well-being. There are people who would have loved to be in this crowd, but needed to prioritize their safety instead. We must stand together to support our trans and queer community, our black and brown communities, our immigrant communities, our indigenous communities, and really anyone impacted by the heinous actions and attitudes of the Trump administration. We are one in this fight against fascism. Those of us who can stand up must do so. Thank you, yes. HTC would also like to acknowledge that we stand here today on unceded ancestral indigenous lands. The land we rest here on in Eureka belongs to the Wiot tribe. We condemn the injustices that indigenous communities have faced across the United States, including our many local tribal nations. We acknowledge these communities, their elders past and present, as well as future generations. We are committed to doing our part to dismantle ongoing legacies of settler colonialism. One last thing HTC would like to note is that all speakers and groups tabling have been invited here by HTC, but what they say is their own perspective and not necessarily the position that HTC as an org or all individuals within our org would agree with. In the interest of free speech, we encourage all to listen to these speeches with an open mind.
Yes.
As Trump continues to expand his fascist reach, it is more important than ever that we band together. Some speeches may elicit discomfort, and we at HTC welcome that. We need each other. We must stand together. Now, please enjoy remarks from Eureka City Council member, Chair of Humboldt Democrats, and Labor Rep, Mario Fernandez.
All right then. Allies, instigators, co-conspirators, look at all of you. This administration wants us to be scared, to stay at home. But we're here today to show them that Humboldt County does not bow to kings, authoritarians, or fascists of any kind. Of all the hats I wear in our community, I'm here today wearing a helmet, metaphorically. The helmet of the working class ready to fight. Let's be clear that this is more than a rally. This is a protective protest. We're here to protect our community, our democracy, and our future from a calculated authoritarian threat. Thank you. Project 2025 is more than star-spangled fascist white nationalism built on the vicious lie that the person next to you is your enemy. They will tell you to fear the immigrant, to hate your LGBTQ neighbors. They demonize the disabled, the poor, the black, the indigenous. They scream about socialists and communists to distract you while they gut our public schools and hand our country over to corporations. Shame. The language is different, but the effect is the same, and that is to divide us. Whether we call it tyranny, fascism, or authoritarianism, we can all agree the intentions of the Trump administration are racist, classist, and cruel. Counting on our collective disaffection, demoralization, hopelessness, and complicity. But we know the truth. An injury to one is an injury to all. The teacher fighting for a fair contract is connected to the trans child who just wants to exist in peace. The immigrant fighting for a better life is connected to the student fighting for a free Palestine. The worker in each of us struggling for economic survival. We are one body, and we will not be severed. Those pushing this authoritarian and fascist agenda wrap themselves in the flag while betraying every ideal it's to represent. Let's call their actions what they are. Justice denied is tyranny. Freedom denied is tyranny. Equity denied is tyranny. President Trump is a tyrant. Kristi Noem is a tyrant. Tom Home is a tyrant. Our Los Angeles siblings are well aware of the willful and malicious obstruction of these liberties throughout the treasonous militarization and occupation of their city. True patriotism is not loyalty to a person or a system. It's a loyalty to the people and to the promise of liberty for all. Because we are human fucking beings. We are agents of change in our hearts, in our minds, in our behavior. Electoral politics is only a portion of the solution. I have to apologize, it's a little off script. I'm sorry the Democrats sucked last year. I apologize for that. At the national level, our messaging was off. We were not transparent with the process. It's not saying we weren't here locally, but I don't see anyone here from national leadership, so I have to own that, and I apologize.
Thank you, Mario.
I'm almost done. Electoral politics is only a portion of the solution, and resistance is more than existing. And in the face of these threats, our greatest weapon, it's you, it's us coalesced. It's this moment. Every day that we choose solidarity over suspicion, every day we choose community over fear, those are victories. The rest is organizing, building relationships, it's mutual aid, it's giving strength and care to one another, it's dismantling the barriers that keep community from thriving. Otherwise, we shut this system down. Bring it to a halt, because no justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. That means being militant and disciplined in our accountability for another one, in how we move forward and win this fight. And in this moment of tumult, that's what this fight is about. Fighting fascism, getting shit done, and saving our democracy. But we can't do that without dedication to one another in our community. And don't let anyone tell you we don't know how that works here in Humboldt. Organizing resistance is in our soil. Resilience is in our roots. From the unions and the workers who stood against the timber barons in the Holmes Eureka massacre in the 1930s, to the students at Humboldt State who went on strike during the Vietnam War in the 1970s. From the ferocity of Earth First during the timber wars in the 80s and 90s. There we go. To the brave students who last year occupied Siemens Hall to demand justice for Palestine. We've always stood up against power. This fight won't be over after this event, and it won't be in 4 years. And so what I'm asking that we do is what Humboldt does best. We be brave, we be bold, we be radical. So we will be taking, not to the streets, but to the sidewalks with righteousness and revolution in each of us. All power to the people.
Thank you so much, Mario, for that powerful speech. Can I get another round of applause? Yeah, awesome. Okay, so next we have Ellen, a representative from Humboldt for Palestine. Please give her a warm welcome.
Hello. Lift this up a little. Is that better? Okay. I am here as a representative of Humboldt for Palestine. We seek an end to the occupation of all Palestinian lands and the apartheid and blockade of Gaza, and believe in the right of self-determination and freedom for all Palestinians. We are clear-eyed about the fact that Zionism is an ethno-supremacist settler colonial ideology built on the genocide and dispossession of the Palestinian people. We see the parallels between the historic colonization and genocide of indigenous people in California and the colonization and genocide of Palestine today. We know that we, as occupants in the belly of the beast that is U.S. imperialism, have the responsibility to do everything we can to tear down these unjust systems of power. The current federal administration is helping to ramp up the genocide, and President Trump has called for the ethnic cleansing of all Palestinians from Gaza. To be clear, the groundwork was laid by the Biden administration, who repeated Israel's lies to us over and over, and by our mainstream media, which fails to accurately and fully report on what our government is doing. It is becoming increasingly difficult, however, for our elected officials to justify their support of Israel as more and more of us learn the truth. It is a Holocaust, and I do not use that word lightly. The definition of a Holocaust is the systematic, industrial-scale extermination of an entire people with the intent to erase them physically, culturally, and spiritually. Language matters. When we say conflict, we obscure responsibility. When we say genocide, we identify intent. And when we say Holocaust, we ring the alarm for total erasure. And that is what is happening in Gaza right now. Although Palestine might feel far away, this is a local issue. If you didn't know, Palestinians live all over the world, and many live right here in Humboldt and have family in Gaza. It is a special kind of psychological torture to watch your tax dollars go towards murdering your family. What could our tax dollars be spent on if they were not funding a Holocaust? In 2024, the state of California provided more than $2.8 billion to Israel's military. That could have provided over 1.8 million households with a month's rent, or over 6 million families with a month's groceries, or paid for over 31,000 teachers. Imagine how much that could help us here in Humboldt, where we need affordable housing, mental health services, improvements to our schools and roads, etc., etc. Now, we know that the systems in place are designed to keep us isolated, busy, discouraged, and disorganized, and in fact, this is exactly how they continue. We are told that the way to make change is to call our representatives, to vote, and if we're really angry, to show up to a peaceful demonstration. In other words, to appeal to those in power and ask them for change. And sometimes this works. We recently had some victories here in Eureka, shutting down a mass surveillance proposal and an ordinance that would have criminalized homelessness. When these methods do not work, however, and the people in power continue to ignore us, it's easy for us to feel powerless. But the fact is we all have power, and we build our collective power by making material demands and creating pressure around those demands. So, demands. Right now you can join the campaign demanding that CalPERS divests from genocide. CalPERS, or the California Public Employees Retirement System, is the largest public pension fund in the country. And it has approximately $1.4 billion invested in companies that are providing weapons and heavy equipment to Israel. The United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights issued a warning that these companies risk being complicit in genocide if they continue to help arm the state of Israel. Our local cities and the county are invested in CalPERS for their employee retirement funds, meaning our taxes are funding genocide. We are currently pressuring our city council members to send a letter on behalf of their constituents to CalPERS demanding they divest from these companies, which Mario has done. Thank you. Individual state employees invested in CalPERS can send a letter as well. Go to divesthumboldt.wordpress.com and follow @divesthumboldt on Instagram to find the draft letters and updates about this campaign. You can also follow Humboldt for Palestine on Instagram, where you can sign up for our newsletter and stay up to date on more events that we'll have coming up. And we do have some folks around passing out flyers, so please take those if you see them. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ellen, for that speech. That was so powerful. So next we're going to be having Rick Toledo from Students for a Democratic Society. Everybody please give Rick a warm welcome.
Hello everyone, my name is Rick Toledo and I'm an organizer with Students for a Democratic Society Humboldt. We are a national student-led activist organization with over 50 chapters across the nation. We organize around anti-war activism, social justice, economic rights, and we stand with all oppressed peoples and oppressed nations and with Palestine. Right. We fight for democracy in all aspects of society. We do not believe it is just enough to have it in some, but not the others. We want democracy in the workplace, at the schools, and in all levels of governance. The people should have all power. No one is free until we all are free. On behalf of SDS nationally, we would like to thank HDC for giving us this opportunity to speak here today. We strongly believe that the solution to Trump's tyranny lies in our unity and willingness to fight back shoulder to shoulder against it. We say that we have to unite all who can be united and fight for a better future together. Now here at our chapter at Cal Poly Humboldt, we have been facing a phony investigation by the Trump administration. Shame! Now this investigation has been brought on by far-right Zionists who are all too happy to side with Trump to their own benefit. The investigation looks to conflate anti-Semitism with anti-Zionism in an attempt to silence all forces opposing genocide, apartheid, colonialism, imperialism, and Holocaust on our campus. Zionism is a political ideology developed in 1897 by Theodore Herzl, which is eerily similar to that of the U.S. colonizers' manifest destiny and to that of Hitler's own Lebensraum. It is a policy of settler colonialism, displacement, apartheid, and genocide. Herzl himself referred to it as something colonial in his 1902 letter to Cecil Rhodes. Judaism is thousands of years old, and so many Jewish people oppose Zionism. These two things cannot be conflated.
Thank you! Thank you!
We believe in standing against true anti-Semitism anywhere that it is found. We believe in standing up to Nazism and the kind of fascism that we see from Donald Trump and his cronies. Now, inviting Trump to our campus threatens more than just our organization and the anti-genocide and Holocaust protesters, though. It also threatens free speech and invites ICE and attacks on immigrant rights, as well as DEI on our campus, threatening our most vulnerable. Donald Trump is nothing more than a far-right oligarch looking to further enrich himself and empower himself on the backs of the people. He is a coward and a paper tiger whose power lies in creating fear, because he knows that when the people come together, there is nothing that he can do to stop us. No power is greater than the power of the people. Now, I might upset some people out here, but that is not my intention with this next bit, so please bear with me. Because we feel, at SDS, we feel it's so important to specify that attacks on undocumented people and immigrants have not just been exclusive to the Republicans and Trump, but it has been an ongoing issue. It is something where Obama built many of the detention centers and began filling them. Biden continued that legacy. Immigrant rights activists all over the country even referred to Obama as the deporter-in-chief, because at the time he had deported more people than any previous president. Biden has blood on his hands over the genocide of Palestinians, and he lied to the media about war crimes and provided direct funding and weapons to Israel to carry out. But we recognize that Trump has escalated these offenses greatly, and we know that Democrats at the local level do not all agree with these horrible atrocities that were committed at the federal level.
Yes.
Our presence here today is a testament to that.
Yes!
We feel it is very important to say this because we believe that we need to be consistent in opposing injustices no matter the party affiliation of the people at the helm.
Yes! Yes!
This speaks to the fact that it isn't just enough to vote for one candidate or the other. We also need to be ready to always fight for justice no matter who is in office, and we stand with you 100% in the fight against Trump and his far-right policies, but we also urge you to continue to stand with us and fight for justice in the long run, regardless of who is in office.
Yes, Rick! Yes, Rick!
We would encourage all of our friends in HTC and everyone out here in the crowd today to continue fighting with us, to be ready to stop ICE if they arrive, coming for our most vulnerable, and use our local rapid response network by Centro del Pueblo, and to stand boldly against the Holocaust in Palestine alongside us and against Trump's phony investigation at Cal Poly Humboldt. We say that it's time to fight against every injustice, shoulder to shoulder, as one community united, as people united.
We'll never be divided! The people united! Will never be divided! The people united! Will never be divided! The people united! Will never be divided!
Thank you, and I just want to mention real quick, you can follow us to see our events on Instagram at SDS Humboldt. We would appreciate more of you standing with us on campus, and we are happy to stand with you in the community. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Rick Toledo from Students for a Democratic Society. It's so awesome how we have all these different orgs speaking here today, and we all have the privilege of getting to hear different perspectives in our community. So that being said, now we're going to take a little break from speaking to do some performing. Humboldt Rockers are here.
I'm right here.
Oh, yay! Are you ready?
Oh, we need a fluoride.
Which way are the Humboldt Rockers at? Back here. They're gonna
Okay, great. Humboldt Fire Brigade. I would love if y'all might put together a few songs impromptu while Humboldt Rockers sets up, and while you prepare to sing, I'm going to lead a chant. How about that?
Hi.
This is live, baby, so we that. All right.
Do you need help?
Thank you.
So I'm not sure how familiar folks in this crowd are with chanting, but we're going to do this one. So I'll say, democracy is under attack. What do we do? And you say, yeah, stand up, fight back. All right, here we go. Democracy is under attack. What do we do?
Brigade. All right, this one's real easy. Everybody come sing with me. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around, turn me around, turn me around. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. I'm gonna keep on walking, keep on talking, marching up to freedom land. President ain't gonna let no president turn me around, turn me around, turn me around. Ain't gonna let no president turn me around. I'm gonna keep on walking, keep on talking, marching up to freedom land. Justice ain't gonna let injustice turn me around, turn me around, turn me around. Ain't gonna let injustice turn me around. I'm gonna keep on walking, keep on talking, marching up to freedom land. Hatred ain't gonna let no hatred turn me around, turn me around, turn me around. Ain't gonna let no hatred turn me around. I'm gonna keep on walking, keep on talking, marching up to freedom land. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around, turn me around, turn me around. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. I'm gonna keep on walking, keep on talking, marching up to freedom land. Nobody ain't gonna let nobody turn me around, turn me around, turn me around. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. I'm gonna keep on walking, keep on talking, marching up to freedom land. Ain't gonna let no hatred turn me around, turn me around, turn me around. Ain't gonna let no hatred turn me around. Keep on walking, keep on talking, marching up to freedom land. I'm gonna keep on walking, keep on talking, marching up to freedom land. I'm gonna keep on walking, keep on talking, marching up to freedom land. I'm gonna keep on walking, keep on talking, marching up to freedom land. Thank you so much. I'm Ruby from Humboldt Democracy.
How we doing, friends? Need more time?
One more minute. 2 more minutes.
Okay.
We've got Humboldt Rockers here setting up the floor.
Just a little while longer. Hold on. Just a little while longer. Hold on. Just a little while longer. Everything is gonna be alright. March on. Just a little while longer. March on. Just a little while longer. March on. Just a little while longer.
We're ready. Alright. Alright, everyone. Thank you, Humboldt County. Thank you, Ellie. Thank you, Marty, for having the Humboldt Rockers here. I'm glad to be able to express our art for what we stand for. We are the Humboldt Rockers. Humboldt Rockers, only breaking through for the past 21 years. And I guess we're going to start it up, and I just want to say, fuck Donald Trump.
special show from Humboldt Rockers. Rex has been running that crew for as long as I can remember.
Humboldt Rockers! That was so badass. I hope y'all who are in the back of the crowd and probably couldn't see that find the video on Facebook later. So sorry, folks. But it was good. It was great. Okay. So moving back into speakers, we're really excited to have Lisa, who I've already forgotten how to say her last name again, Lisa J. Joanne, from President of Central Labor Council. So please welcome Lisa. Thank you, Lisa.
Good afternoon, Eureka! My name is Lisa Joanne. I'm the president of our local Central Labor Council, and I didn't become an educator to serve a king. I chose this work to serve a community, to empower, to uplift, to educate. But today I see decisions made by people who have never set foot in my classroom, who are treating our nation's public schools like their kingdoms and like their workers like pawns. That is not democracy. That is not freedom. Lately, I've started to see threats of anti-union actions growing in my own workplace and in workplaces across our country. And if I'm being truly honest with you, it frightens me, because we've seen this playbook before. Anti-union rhetoric demonizes collective action, and it paints organized workers, organized people, as a threat. These are the same tactics used that pave the way to authoritarianism. You isolate the people, you suppress dissent, and you hoard all the power to the top. Now, this fascist administration is using the same tactics to attack immigrants. It's seeking to distract and divide working people from one another. At a time when President Trump is trying to strip away our collective bargaining rights and ignoring due process at every step of the way, immigration is a labor issue. And if that weren't enough, they're gutting our already fractured healthcare system and putting even more lives at risk. You know, it was kind of hard to come up with what I wanted to talk about today, because there's so much that's under attack. What we're facing today isn't solely a union issue. It's a working families issue. It's a human rights issue. Whether you carry your union card or not, we're facing threats against our wages, against our health care, our safety, our future, and the future of our democracy. And in the face of all that, all the injustice, all the tyranny, what do? We fight. We fight because when we fight, it's not just a slogan. This is truth. It's built on generations of struggle and solidarity. Every right we have was won by people who stood together, even when they were scared, especially when they were scared. And I'm scared too. And I say, let's fight. Let's organize. Let's speak out. Let's show up. Let's remind these fascists loudly and clearly, there are no kings here today. Together, as a peaceful, organized, and strong opposition, we cannot be ignored. Because when we fight, we win!
Thank you so much, Lisa, for that speech. I'm so grateful for all assure you we're getting there. Just a few more speeches. So next up, we actually had a last-minute entry. Deborah Dukes of Humboldt 350. You want to come up and speak? Thank you, Deborah.
Like my sisters.
Wasn't exactly last minute. I've been terrified for several days. It was just a breakdown in communications. My name is Deborah Dukes, and I'm speaking on behalf of 350 Humboldt.
Can we get a demo?
Try it.
Okay. Let's see. With our powers combined. Let me go this way.
Ready?
Ready?
The current administration is undoing decades of climate research, mitigation, and adaptation to put more dollars in the pockets of fossil fuel companies and the politicians they have bought. In so doing, they are increasing the number and severity of agricultural and natural disasters that the climate crisis exacerbates worldwide. Many of California's U.S., as well as to other wealthy nations of the global north, are fleeing the effects of the climate crisis. Drought, heat waves, floods, political unrest. No one knows. They leave when they can no longer farm, work outside, or have access to clean water. They leave when they no longer trust their government to provide that service to protect them. We are here today to call out the failure of our government to protect people in this country, both citizens and immigrants. We are here to call out the harm being done by this administration's pathological denial of the climate crisis. We are here to call out their cruelty to families affected by the climate crisis, both now and in the future. We call out the decision of the mob boss to celebrate his birthday with 28 Abrams tanks tearing up the streets of Washington, D.C.
Okay, I wanted to come over here and try to get a head count, which I'm realizing is going to be impossible. So, based on the crowd size, several hundred people.
And climate medical research that saves lives. We stand with our brothers and sisters, with humans throughout this nation and other nations who today are protesting this administration's hatred, bigotry, greed, and utter lack of concern for future generations and for our mothers. Thank you.
Say that again? Oh.
It's just too funny.
It's your protest shirt, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking on the environment, it's such an important issue. All of these are so interconnected. So next up, we're going to connections.
Okay, well, the rally is going to continue here about until noon.
Glad to be here.
Yes.
It's a really beautiful turnout.
And you have a higher vantage point than I do. What's the crowd size?
Oh gosh, counting. I would say a couple thousand.
I think that's a fair estimate.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very rough, but yeah.
Leslie Castellano there from the Eureka City Council on stilts.
I have watched my friends cower, hide, erase themselves for the comfort of those so out of touch. I have watched hands grow out of fear. If we are the land of the free, where is our freedom? I stand here today to remind everyone of the
maybe you remind everyone that we too are tougher, that we have a right to be here, that we have
Look how big. Okay, so while this rally will continue until about noon, at which point they are going to march to the courthouse, we're going to shut it down right now and preserve some battery power. Hello, sir. And then we'll meet you all at the courthouse for live stream number 2.
As he comes for you. This is our fight together as one. Humans, we are a resilient group. While the road